Hi guys, so in the last video tutorial I showed you how to make very basic text changes on your website using the admin area text options here on the left and using the live editor for your main website. In this tutorial I'm going to tell you a little bit more about language files and how to use them. Basically the entire Premium Press theme runs from a language file, and the language file obviously has all of the text that's displayed on your website. If you're going to be making large amounts of text changes, or you're going to be creating possibly multiple websites where you might want to use the same language file over and over again, this is where you would be using and modifying the actual file itself rather than just doing basic text changes. So let me show you how this is done. Firstly, again, I'm in the admin area of your WordPress website under the language setup tab. Okay, I'm going to click on the language files, and at the moment, obviously, with the default setting, we just have English. So what I'm going to do is download the core language file, which is the current version of the English language file. So I'm going to click download, and then I'm going to click download the file. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to download this new file. Okay, so I'm going to download it. Okay, and then I'm going to click open it up. Now I always recommend you open the language files in Notepad or a PHP or HTML editor. Do not open it in something like Word or anything like that, because it removes all the formatting and then it'll obviously break the file later on. You have to remember also that language files, the file itself is a PHP file, and it contains obviously an array of all the different language elements within that file. So when you're modifying it or saving it, make sure you resave it as a PHP file, which is just an extension .php instead of a .doc for a doc file, .text for a text file, etc. So what we're going to do here is just modify some of the text, but like we did on the other video tutorial, and then just re-upload it with a new file name so that we can then use our new language file. So if we quickly skip back to our website, I'll just put that in the background. We can see obviously that we've made some text changes already, but let's go on the search page. I'll actually stick to the same element. If we look at the top right here, we have the logout text. So what we're going to do now is edit the language file that we've just downloaded, make some minor modifications, and then save that, re-upload it to our website, and obviously hopefully when we reselect the new file, it'll start using the language from the new file. So let me just go back to the language file that we've just downloaded, and this is the English language file that we've just downloaded, and if we look for the logout button, we can just do a quick search. Okay, let me explain some of the setup of this file so you understand. On the left hand side of you'll see there's an array. Now the top of the array is the button, and it says button array. Now you don't need to edit those at all. That is the key name of the actual array value that is used in the theme. The only elements within this file that you need to modify are all the text on the right hand side. So anything, for example, on the left, you just ignore. Regardless if it has English words or not, you should always ignore those. And it's the same at the top. At the top where it says English and it has an array here, you should ignore all of these top elements as well. This is just referencing the file itself. So anything up below at the bottom, you can see anything from the first row down, everything on the right hand side in English can obviously be modified to the own language you've got. So again, let's go back and look for the logout button. So search it for logout. Okay, we can just change that to logout test. Okay, we save this language file now as something new, so make sure you save it something different. So it's going to be in the format of underscore language underscore and then the name you want to give it. So in this example I'm going to give it language underscore test, so I'll go ahead and save that. And I'll go back to my admin area now. I'll click on language setup again, language files, and this time instead of downloading it I'm going to upload the new language file that I've just created. So I just click on upload language file. Choose the file from my desktop, which is the PHP language underscore test.php, and I click upload. So what that does, it will save a copy to my website. As you can see now, the file has been displayed here, and you'll notice on the right hand side where it says settings language file, there is now a drop down element for your English and the new language file you've got. So you would simply select the new language file and click save changes. Now if I go back to my website and give it a refresh, you can now see the text is being used from the new language file. As you can see at the top right, it says logout test. So that's the basic concept. Again, with language files, you use it for editing large amounts of text or translating the existing language file from English to another language. So you would normally go through each one of the English elements within the file and then translate that to your chosen language.